Hello everyone, welcome back. Yay, I'm actually filming a video on basically, the day I saw the film. And well, Justice League, one of the most highly anticipated films to come out this year. Not by me, I wasn't really anticipating this, but a lot of people were, even after the failures that were Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and so forth. But a lot of people are hyped for it. Is it good? Is it garbage? Let's talk. So, it takes place right after the events of BVS. Basically, Suicide Squad don't really count. Wonder Woman's a prequel, so yeah, after those. And it's where Batman and Wonder Woman basically recruiting the other superheroes to fight this big villain, Steppenwolf, and another recycled garbage end of the world plot that's been used in every single one of these movies. I swear it's been used in every single one. Man of Steel used it, Suicide Squad used it, BVS used it, Wonder Woman used it. It's ridiculous. I know Marvel uses it a lot sometimes, but at least they have variety. Whatever, I'm nitpicking. And so, with a lot of people, they were hoping that this film would be good, and I was predicting it would be straight garbage. Like, I was dead set on this film is gonna suck. Like, I know a lot of people are like, the marketing's okay and all. Now, a lot of people are like, why would you take that into consideration about the film itself? Because I like to see it as the marketing for a film foreshadows how the film could be. There are some cases where trailers or posters or whatever look great to bad movies and vice versa, but for this film, it just stunk of desperation because the posters, every single one, the poster I'll have for my thumbnail is one of the worst posters I've ever seen for any movie. All the trailers look like cluttered garbage, like Batman v Superman's did. It looks like just a recycled mess of BVS. It's like they learned nothing from it. But when I heard Joss Whedon was taking over, I was a little interested to see what would happen. And I like Zack Snyder and all, and I feel horrible about what happened with his personally. But we needed a change in direction, so I was becoming a bit more optimistic. But then, with all the stuff with the Rotten Tomatoes scenario, how they kept delaying the film and all, and critics kept delaying it and all, I was like, this doesn't sound good. And would you know it, right now the film has like a 38% Rotten Tomatoes. But does it deserve that rating? I'm gonna be honest with you, no. Now, I'm not saying it's a good film or anything. It's pretty much garbage. But it isn't that horrible. And with most critics, I agree, it is a slight improvement from Batman v Superman. Let me talk about some of the positives, though. Easily the best character in the whole movie is Wonder Woman, yet again. God bless Gal Gadot here. I feel so bad for her because she is like the silver lining in this trash universe. Her film was great. I'm glad it got all the good talks it did, made all the money it did. And you knew, like, there were so many signs pointing to this film being bad. Like, they kept Wonder Woman in theaters for so long, so they're like, yes, we got a successful film! Yes! We're just gonna keep it in theaters forever. And, I feel so bad. I don't want to see a bad movie, but I was kind of right. Like, she was the only really good part. If I had to pick other good parts, Superman, I won't spoil anything in this film. No spoilers, not to worry. But he was in it more than I thought he'd be, and what he's in was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. How he came into the film I thought was retarded, but how he was used after his introduction I thought was pretty good. There's actually more humor in this film. There's more attempts at being lighthearted. And you can tell that there's two different directors involved here. Like, there's a lot of slow-mo crap from Zack Snyder, and there's a lot of good narratives all that is at least attempted to, like with Cyborg. Of the three new ones that they introduced, him, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg was the best that they've done of the three. You learn more about his backstory and all. He has some good moments with Wonder Woman early in the film and all. But let me talk about some of the bads now. The fight scenes, like the CGI mess that I was predicting would be in this film, is in the film with Steppenwolf. All those major fight scenes were atrocious to watch. The only good fight scene I saw was with the Amazons earlier on in the film. I don't want to spoil anything. I almost spoiled some in there. With the main villain, that fight scene was the only good one in the whole film. There are some jokes that are sprinkled in there to make it not as bad, but still, it's not that good. Some of the heroes I thought were horrible. Like, I hate Ben Affleck. He was okay here, but I didn't really like his character in the film. It just felt It just really didn't really see any progression for him because Joss Whedon was too busy focusing on these other new characters that haven't had their set movies yet, to focus on them a bit more. So I thought that was a bit of a letdown. By far, the two worst characters I've seen in a film all year was my least favorite was Aquaman. How he's portrayed. There was lots of parts I hate. I just hate the direction they went. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Aquaman from the comics or anything, but that Aquaman, like, if they were to give him like the personality and looks from the Injustice games, I would love that. But instead, they gave him a dark, broody, tattoo-wearing, blonde-haired person who drinks beer and all. It was this one shot was the worst shot ever, where he's like, it showed in the trailers too. He's like that. It's playing some crappy song. He's like that. He throws the beer bottle on the ground, and the wave like that, splashes over him. I'm like, oh my god. And the Flash. My dad hated this so much. He was so appalled because he watched the show and he loves the show, and he's like, what the hell? Now, I haven't seen the show, but this Flash is one of the most cringe-worthy performances I've ever seen. It really is. And how he runs, it was actually pretty funny because it reminded me of Barry from the Goldbergs. He's like that. It was so bad. I was so appalled at what I was watching. And yeah, it was, I mean, there were some parts where they tried to make him quirky and funny. One or two of the times it hits, the rest it does not at all. And the film went by pretty quickly. I'm so glad because originally it was 3 hours. They cut out an hour of the film. And you can tell because the pacing is atrocious. Like, it just jumps all over the place. Like, we jump here, a scene with this character to set him into this movie. A scene with this character, a scene with this character. The villain jumps out of a little portal from the sky out of nowhere. And it's like, what are we even watching? This thing that has to do with a character being revived that we all knew was coming was atrocious. I mean, there's so many problems with this film. And there's such an underuse of great actors and actresses in this film. Like Amy Adams, she's in the film like 6 minutes. Barely in the film. J.K. Simmons is in 2 scenes. 2 scenes. You use J.K. Simmons. One of the best actors working. What a waste. What a waste. Diane Lane was in like 2 scenes as well. Such a waste because they're trying to cram. Like, this is what got me so mad that they put out this film so quickly. Is that you can't use all your other characters because you're too busy setting up the main ones because they haven't had their own solo films. You have to even know them. I hate this so much. And, I mean, a lot of people are starting to catch on to this BS because a lot of people are, I mean, I see the predictions, how it already is doing atrocious on Rotten Tomatoes. It's already doing atrocious with multiple critics. And it looks like it's not really going to make any money either. So, I mean, it probably will make some money, but not as much as they were hoping. And I see that it could make less opening weekend than Thor Ragnarok. I love Thor and all, but even I know that's embarrassing. So, those are basically my scattered thoughts on Justice League. I probably forgot 1 or 2. If you guys want to let me know what you thought, leave your thoughts down below. I was debating what to give this film, whether it be average or below, but after all I just said and thinking about it, it's definitely below. I'm going to give Justice League a 4 out of 10. So, those are my thoughts on Justice League. What do you guys think of the film? Jump down below. And if you guys have a different opinion at all, that's totally fine. I see a lot of people are giving this film a pass because it's slightly better. But just because a film that's also bad is slightly better than a film that's atrocious, it's like comparing dog shit to cat shit. You know what I'm saying? They're both still shit. But, I mean, okay. See you all later.